Hello guys, today is Wesak Day, so don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and press the bell for notification to miss our new videos other than Wesak Day. So today I'm gonna show you how does Wesak Day all started. So gonna share with you about this. This also known as Buddha Jayanti, Buddha Purnima and the Buddha Day. And it is a holiday traditionally observed by Buddhists and some Hindus in South and Southeast Asia, as well as Tibet and Mongolia. So basically Tibet and Mongolia are the countries in Southeast Asia. So the festival commemorates the birth, the enlightenment, Buddhahood and the death, parinirvana, of Gautama Buddha in Theravada and Tibetan Buddhism. So this year, Wesak Day falls on 7th May in India, well also known as today. So Wesak Day photo. Take a volunteer to look at this. Take a volunteer. Don't be quite fast. Just take a volunteer to look at it here. Alright, so this photo I'm sharing just now is the Wesak Day celebrated at the Borobudur in Java, Indonesia. So the official name is the Wesak or the Visakha, Buddha Purnima, Buddha Jayanti, Vaisakha, Vaisakhi, Purnima, Sakadawa, and it's also called Buddha's birthday or the Buddha Day. Alright? Good? Alright. Observed by Buddhists and some Hindus in South and Southeast Asia and in East Asia, well as Buddha's birthday, and it's very religious to have the birth and the enlightenment and death. So this observance is the meditation to observe the 8 precepts, partaking of the vegetarian food, and it's giving to the charity for you to bathe the Buddha. Bathe the Buddha out using by the spoon to spoon carefully. So the day is the full moon of the month of Vesakha, usually in April 1st or May or June the last. So 2019 date, last year they celebrated on 19th of May. And now today, this date is 6th of May and 7th of May in Sri Lanka. So it's very annual to have Wesak Day from now. So this is other related festivals as Laba Festival in China and Rohatsu in Japan. So in the East Asian tradition, a celebration of Buddha's birthday typically occurs around the traditional timing of Wesak. So this Wesak celebrates the birthday of the Buddha. So Buddha's awakening and the death are celebrated as the separate holidays that occur at other times in the calendar as Bodhi Day and Nirvana Day. So how do we get all started? Starting from the Queen Maya. Take a volunteer, just don't be quite too fast. Alright, I've been showing you about the Queen Maya holds onto the branch of the tree while giving birth to the Buddha, who is receiving by the sakra as the other gods look on. So the decision to agree to celebrate Wesak as the Buddha's birthday was formalized at the first conference of the World Fellowship of Buddhists held in Sri Lanka in 1950. Although festivals at this time in the Buddhist world are a centuries-old tradition, so the resolution that was adopted at the World Conference reads as follows: that this conference of the World Fellowship of Buddhists, while recording its appreciation of the gracious act of His Majesty the Maharaja of Nepal in making the full moon day of Wesak a public holiday in Nepal, earnestly requests the heads of governments of all countries in which large or small numbers of Buddhists are to be found to take steps to make the full moon day in the month of May a public holiday in honor of the Buddha, who is universally acclaimed as one of the greatest benefactors of humanity. So on Wesak Day, Buddhists all over the world commemorate events of significance to Buddhists, to all traditions. The birth, enlightenment, and the passing away of the Gautama Buddha. So as the Buddhism spread from India, it was assimilated into many foreign cultures, and consequently, Wesak is celebrated in many different ways all over the world. In India, Wesak Purnima Day is also known as the Buddha Jayanti Day and has been traditionally accepted as Buddha's birthday. So in 2000, the United Nations resolved to internationally observe the day of Wesak at its headquarters and offices. So this means that the United Nations resolved internationally to observe the day during the Wesak in the headquarters and the offices. And the name of the observance is derived from the Pali term Vesakha or Sanskrit Vaisakha, which is the name of the lunar month used in ancient India, falling in April-May. In Mahayana Buddhist traditions, the holiday is known by its Sanskrit name Vaisakha and derived variants of it. Local renditions of the name vary by language, including Assamese Buddha Purnima, Bengali Buddha Purnima, Jongkha Duchenazom, Burmese Full Moon Day of Kason, and the Man Buddha Day Full Moon of Wesak, Chinese Photo Tanshan Jinyan, the Buddha's birthday, or the birthday of the Buddha, the Euphorchia, occasion of the bathing the Buddha, or the Wesak. So the Hindi Buddha Purnima, well, it's also known as the Buddha Jayanti, I've been mentioned. So in the Indonesian, same as Malaysian, we say Hari Raya Waisak or Wesak. The Japanese Hanamatsuri Flower Festival. Khmer Wesak Bochia. Canada Buddha Purnami. Korean Hanja the Soka Tanshin Il, birthday of the Shakyamuni Buddha. Lao Visakha Bosa. Malay Hari Wesak. Mongolian Lord Buddha's Great Festival Day. Marathi Buddha Purnima. Nepal Basa Swanya Puni. Nepali Buddha Purnima Buddha Jayanti. Odia Buddha Purnima Sinhala Wesak. Tamil Visakat Turunal. Tagalog Arang Wesak Arni Buddha. Telugu Buddha Purnami or alternatively Vaisakha Purnami. Thai Wesak Puta. Tibetan Saikatawa. Vietnamese Paktan, birthday of the Buddha. So this celebration, the month of May usually has one full moon, but as there are 29.5 days between full moons, occasionally there are two. If there are two full moons during the month of May, some countries including Sri Lanka, Cambodia and Malaysia celebrate Wesak on the first full moon, while the others, Thailand, Singapore, celebrate the holiday on the 31st because of the different local lunar observance. The difference also manifests in the observance of other Buddhist holidays, which are traditionally observed at the local full moon. That means we celebrate during the first full moon and the others celebrate the others. So likewise, in 2012, Wesak was observed on 28 April in Hong Kong and Taiwan, on the 5th May in Sri Lanka, on May 6th in India and Bangladesh, on 28 May in South Korea, and on 14th June in Thailand. In 1999, the Taiwanese government set Buddha's birthday as the second Sunday of May, as the same day as Mother's Day. In 2014, Wesak is celebrated on 13th of May in Myanmar and Singapore and Thailand, while it is observed on 15th of May in Indonesia. Those are different dates and different months. I've been telling you about that. So on Wesak, devout Buddhists and followers alike assemble in their various temples before dawn for the ceremonial and honorable hoisting of the Buddhist flag and the singing of hymns in praise of the Holy Triple Gem. The Buddha, the Dharma, his teachings, and the Sangha, his disciples, devotees may bring simple offerings of flowers, candles, and joysticks to lay at the feet of their teacher. These symbolic offerings are to remind followers that just as the beautiful flowers would wither away after a short while, and the candles and joysticks would soon burn out, so too is life subject to decay and destruction. Devotees are enjoined to make a special effort to refrain from killing of any kind. They are encouraged to partake only for vegetarian food, sometimes for the day. So in some countries, notably Sri Lanka, 2 days are set aside of the celebration of Wesak, and all liquor shops and slaughterhouses are closed by the government decree during the 2 days. Also, birds and insects and animals are released by the thousands in what is known as the symbolic act of the liberation, of giving freedom to those who are in captivity. It means that they're giving freedom to what is known as the symbolic act, imprisoned or tortured against their will. The practice, however, is banned in some countries such as Singapore, as it is believed that the released animals are unable to survive long term and may adversely impact the local ecosystem if they do. Some devout Buddhists will wear the simple white clothing and spend the whole day temple with renewed determination to observe the 8 precepts. The young novice, the novice monk on Wesak Day parade. This means that you might wear like this if you're a monk. Take a volunteer to see, so that if you're a Buddhist, you can wear this. If you're a monk or monk's son, you might wear this as well. So devout Buddhists undertake to lead a noble life according to the teaching by making daily affirmations to observe the 5 precepts. However, on special day, notably new moon and full moon days, they observe the 8 precepts to train themselves to practice morality and simplicity, the humility. Some temples are also displayed a small statue of the Buddha in front of the altar in small water or sweet tea for devotees to pour over the statue. This is symbolic of the cleansing of the practitioner's bad karma and to reenact the events following the Buddha's birth, when devotees and spirits made heavenly offerings to him. So devotees are accepted to listen to talks given by monks. On this day, monks recite verses uttered by the Buddha 25 centuries ago to invoke peace and happiness for the government and the people. So Buddhists are reminded to live in harmony with people, other faiths, and to respect the beliefs of other people as the Buddha taught, bringing the happiness to others. So the celebrating Wesak also mean making special. These efforts to bring happiness to unfortunate like the aged, the handicapped, and the sick. To this day, Buddhists will distribute gifts to the form of cash, volunteering in various charitable homes throughout the country. Wesak is also a time for great joy, happiness, and expressed not by pandering to one's appetites, but the concentrating on useful activities, such as decorating and illuminating temples, or painting and creative exquisite scenes from the life of the Buddha for public dissemination. Devout Buddhists also vary with one another to provide refreshments and vegetarian food to followers who visit the temple to pay homage to the Enlightenment One. Paying homage of the Buddha. So according to the tradition, Buddha instructed followers how to pay him homage. Just before he died, he saw his faithful attendant Ananda weeping. The Buddha advised him not to weep. Instead of understand the universal law that all compounded, including even his own body, must disintegrate. He advised everyone not to cry over the disintegration of the physical body, but to regard his teaching, the Dharma, as their teacher from them on, because only the truth or the Dharma is external, the eternal, and not subject to the law of change. That means you're not allowed to change the law. He also stressed that the way of paying homage to him was not merely by offering flowers, incense, and lights, but by truly and sincerely striving to follow his teachings. So the date, and it's everything there, because this means that the observance, the year CE 2001, Thailand, Singapore, Laos, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Indonesia. So from 2001 all the way to 2020. So let's just talk about Malaysia, shall we? So Malaysia is on 27th of May in 2001, 26th May in 2002, 15th of May, 3rd of May, 22nd of May, 12th of May, 31st of May, 19th of May, 9th of May, 28th of May, 17th of May, 5th of May, 24th May, 13th May, and so on. So in Jetavana in India, Wesak is celebrated in 2011. This might happen during the Wesak day, once you've been entered to other places. In Japan, it is based on the legend that 9 dragons appeared in the sky. Buddha's birthday poured Arata over him. So in Nepal, commonly known as the Buddha Jayanti, is widely celebrated all across the country, predominantly Lumbini, the birthplace of the Buddha Swayambhu, the holy temple for Buddhists, also known as the Monkey Temple. So in Sri Lanka, Wesak is celebrated as a religious and a cultural festival in Sri Lanka on the full moon of lunar month of Wesak, usually in the Gregorian month of May, for about 1 week, and this festival is often celebrated by the people of different religions in Sri Lanka. So in addition, the colorful lanterns called Wesak Kudu are hung along the streets. This might be very exciting, right? So in South Korea, the birthday of the Buddha celebrated in the 8th day of the 4th month. In the Korean lunar calendar, as well as Hong Kong, Macau, and Vietnam, is an official holiday. So in Laos, Visakha Bosa festival is the Lao version of the Thai Visakha Puja, which it closely resembles. So Bung Bang Phai, one of the Visakha Bosa festival, is called Bung Bang Phai Rocket Festival. So in Vietnam, before 1975, the birthday of the Buddha was a national public holiday in South Vietnam. It was a public festival with floats and lanterns and parades on the streets. However, after the fall of the Saigon, the date was no longer a public holiday. Since the 2000s, the festival has witnessed a revival across the country as the country communists sought to side with Buddhism in fear of association of the religious persecution by the Christian minority. So in Malaysia, celebrated by Buddhists to mark 3 momentous events in Buddha's life: his birth, enlightenment, and his departure from the human world. The Wesak celebration in Malaysia begins at the dawn, when devotees gathered at Buddhist temples nationwide to meditate on 8 precepts. Just like last year, I went to Kuching Buddhist Society. There's a long queue sometimes because it's the dawn. In Bangladesh, Wesak Day is an important festival for the most Bengali Buddhists. So in Indonesia, this significant and traditional holiday is observed throughout Indonesia, where it is known as Wesak Day. So the thousands of Buddhist monks will join together to repeat mantras and meditate as they circuit the temple in a ritual called Pradaksina. So in Singapore, Wesak Day was made a public holiday in 1955 after many public petitions replacing Whit Monday. Early decades of the 20th century, Wesak Day was associated with the Ceylonese community, which then celebrated it along with their National Day in a 2-day event. At the United Nations, so in 1999, the United Nations General Assembly adopted Resolution 54/115 entitled International Recognition of the Day of Wesak at United Nations headquarters and the other United Nations offices. The resolution internationally recognized the Day of Wesak to acknowledge the contribution that the Lord, Buddha, and Buddhism have made for over 2.5 millennia. It is also called for the annual commemoration of the day at the UN headquarters, so in New York and other UN offices around the world. So the Day of Wesak is an official holiday for UN offices in many of the countries in Southeast Asia. To see also is an International Day of Wesak might be read again, because references is important for you to have a good luck. So good luck to read all of these again tonight. So the external links, the significance of Wesak Buddha Day, Wikimedia Commons has media related to the Wesak. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe again, like, comment, and press bell for notification to miss our new videos, the my new videos. Perfect. So let's just end out, shall we? And goodbye. Happy Wesak Day to you all, and enjoy yourself during this time, but still have the MCO going on. And I will leave now. Goodbye.